Welcome to Nasir Soft. This is the data manipulation and cleaning tutorial series for data scientists, and in this video we will talk about a most important topic, that is the handling missing values. Most commonly asked data scientist interview question, and in this video not only with theoretical but we will also discuss it in the practical Python code. So let's start. The process of handling missing values includes identify the missing values, analyze the missing values, and decide on strategy to handle missing values, and then verify and evaluate. Okay, so first of all, how you can identify the missing values. Okay, so in Python, this is a most commonly used method, that is null. Okay, so for example, this is the data. Okay, and inside the age column here you can see that after the 25 this is the missing values, and the last value is also missing values, and similarly inside the score we have the missing values. Okay, when we print the is null method to this data frame dot is null, here you can see that where the missing values occur, it shows the null true. Okay, so basically this returns the true and false. For example, after the 25 inside the age column, the second one is the null value, so therefore it returns the true, and similarly these things. Okay, so is null method will return the true for the missing values. How you can analyze the missing data? Okay, for example, we through the is null dot sum method we can also check how many entries inside each column are null. For example, inside the age we have 3 null values, inside the score we have 2 null values, and similarly through this data frame dot info you can, it shows us all the information. For example, the non null values inside the name all are basically not null. Inside the age we have 7 values that are not null inside the score, and similarly. And we can also analyze the percentage of missing data. This is the most commonly practice. Okay, when we will deal the on the missing data. For example, overall the sum of the is null divided by total length of the data multiplied by 100, it's showing the percentage of each column. Inside the age we have 30% of missing data, inside the score we have 20% of missing data, something like. Okay, you can also analyze it through the c1 library. For example, inside the age we have these and these null values, and inside the score and something like. Okay, so how we can decide this strategy, how we can handle the missing value is we basically drop the missing value, or is we impute the missing values, or we can go for the advanced handling techniques, that forward fill or backward fill or predictive impute. Okay, this all depend upon the amount of missing data, the nature of column. For example, it is numerical or categorical, and how these missing values, if for example if we drop, how significance of these missing values are. Okay, so we will see it later in a practical example. We drop the missing values. Okay, for example, you can drop the whole rows. Okay, through this drop na method, or you can drop the whole column that contains the missing values to drop na and x is equal to 1. Okay, and the row or column that you have to drop is not more significance basically inside the overall data set. Okay, so there should be less important, then you can will drop it. Okay, so the next method is impute missing values. Okay, for example, for the numeric value we can mean impute, we can median impute, or we can mod imputations. For example, inside the age, through this fill name method, whatever the missing value will be replaced to the mean of overall mean of that specific column. Okay, so you can, through the median impute, we can replace it to the median of that specific column, or through the mod of that specific column. So you can replace the missing value by mean, median, or mod through these methods. For the categorical data, you can also basically replace it to the mode, or you can basically create a new category. For example, you can create the unknown category that have the missing value, something like this. Okay, we will see it later in practical. For predictive imputations, you can use the machine learning models in order to replace the missing values. So practically, for example, the data of my this tutorial is very simple, and we will practice all these techniques on this data, then you can apply it on a huge amount of data is also. Okay, so inside the name we have all 10 or 11 elements name. Inside you can see that inside the name we have 1 basically missing value. Inside the age we have the three missing values. Inside the score we have the two missing values. Okay, when we convert this inside the data frame, and through if I print the df dot is null method, here you can see that before this is the original data. Inside the age you can see that after nan values this is the missing values, and when I print the is null method, it's showing me all the true values where the missing values are occur. Here you can see that the second last is also true. Basically this is the missing values. Okay, so you can analyze the missing value through the is null dot sum method, overall showing me the number of columns that have the number of basically missing values. And if we print out the info, it's showing us all the information, and the percentage to basically the sum of each value missing column values divided by total length multiplied by 100 is showing us the each column has 27% of null values and score at 18% of null values, and we can also plot it through this cburn library. All this code is mentioned in video description link, so you can just call on that specific link and you can copy and check the code. Okay, so now this is very important, how you can decide which strategy you want to apply in order to handle the missing values. Either you will go for to drop that column or rows, or we will go for the imputational method. This all depend upon the data. Okay, for example, if I print out the original data, okay, so this is the original data, and through the drop method, first of all, if I drop the whole rows and I save it inside the variable, and when I print out the rows, and we can also I also show it. If you can drop it through the column, when I print here you can see that the original data, the Ahmed rows basically contains the Ahmed name contains a null value. Okay, so when I drop the whole rows, here you can see that the Ahmed is not present. It means that we eliminate or delete all the that specific rows that contains the missing values. Okay, so obviously if you apply this technique, most of the data will be deleted. So before we just apply this method if the row of that missing value is not much important or not much impact on the whole data. Okay, so for example, if I will drop the columns that contains the missing values, here you can see that all columns returns me empty. It means that all column that are deleted, basically in each column we have a missing value. So if I delete this, the whole data is deleted. Okay, so next is impute missing values. Okay, before going, I print the original data for understanding. Okay, and for here inside, for example, I want to impute missing value data for first one, that is mean imputations. Okay, before this I save the column inside a new variable in order to not disturb the original data. Okay, and through that specific fill method of this column and dot mean. Okay, so basically replace the missing values inside the age column with the mean. Okay, and we replace it in place is equal to false. It means that do not disturb the wool data. In basically this is a tutorial series, and after that I will also show you the imputational through the median and mod, so therefore I don't disturb the whole data. If you can write here true, for example, if you want to apply these changes on the original data. Okay, after applying this, here you can see this, if each column after 25, this is the missing values. When we apply the mean, so it basically the missing values is replaced with the overall data mean. Here you can see that the null value is replaced with 24.375, that is the mean of the age column. Similarly, the second last is an NaN, and inside this here you can see that the second last is also replaced with the overall data mean. So this is how you can basically replace the missing values or handle the missing values with the overall mean. Okay, this before going to the second technique, that is to handle the missing data with the median imputations. So I first of all I here print out all the original data, and we will also play here inside the age column. After the 25, this is the null value again, and now through this method dot median imputations. Okay, similarly I just copy and paste that specific code, and if we apply here, now you can see that overall data median, so the missing value will be replaced with the median. Now the median is basically 25. If you basically apply print the median, or you calculate the median, and all the missing values replaced with the median. Here you can see that the median is 25 point. Okay, so the next is to basically handle the missing value with the mod. Okay, before going, I print out the original data, and now through this dot mod, and show me basically the dot mod might be written more than one mod. So through this, okay, only on that specific mod, only replace it with the first one. When I print out here, you can see that the mod is also of this basically whole each column is 25, so it replace with 25. Okay, so you can apply to replace the dot this method in order to replace the handle the missing values with the mod. Okay, so the next is how we can do this with the categorical data. For example, we have a name column. If I print out here, inside the name we have only one null values. Okay, so how we can replace it? We can either replace it with the mod, or we can replace it, or to a category, we will create a new name for unknown or something like. Okay, so inside the first, to this method, we simple apply the mod imputation with the column that is name, and we originally here you can see that the mod of this basically data is Ahmed, so it replaces the null value with the Ahmed. And similarly, you can also apply to create a new category that is unknown. For example, replace the missing values with some name. Okay, unknown, something like. You can, through this method, you can also replace it. Okay, after, now we will go for the advanced techniques for missing data, that is forward and backward fill. Okay, first of all we will discuss the forward fill. This is the original data, and inside the forward fill, basically we propagates the previous value. This is very important. For example, replace this missing value to its previous value, for example 25, and replace the age uh, missing value with its previous value, that is 29. Okay, for this the forward fill ffill method is used, and inside the python, this is the simple code. Through the fill method, we will write the method. Okay, and when we print out this, here you can see this, this missing value will be replaced to 25, and this missing value will be replaced to 29. Here you can see this is 29 and this is 25. So basically the missing value will be replaced the value before it. Okay, similarly the backward fill is to basically to handle the missing value, the value after it. For example, replace this with the 29, as 29 is after the null value. Okay, and this will be replaced with the 33. Okay, so when we apply the method bfill, that is backward fill, here you can see that this is 33 and this is 29. So this is the replace the missing value with the value after occurring of the missing value, something like this. Okay, so if I again print out the original data, and you can also replace the missing value, you can handle the missing value with the predictive imputations. This is the simple machine learning code. After applying all these, you can play with the data of the original data, that is Titanic data. Okay, through this line of code, you can basically load this data set of Titanic data, and you can apply the all these steps with the Titanic. For example, sex, the age column, or the column that is decked, or something like. So this is the whole data, and you can download it through this load data set. So I hope you have understood about how you can handle the missing values in Python through this tutorial. This code is also mentioned in video description link. If you have any question, you can ask your question in video comment section, or a question link is also mentioned in video description. You can order me any work. The order link is also mentioned in video description. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more informative videos. Stay blessed. Have a nice day.